Now please listen here. So here the topic is modern lifestyle and hypokinetic diseases. So as you can see from the title itself, because of our present lifestyle or the modern type of lifestyle, people are having many different type of diseases, and these diseases are sometimes known by the name hypokinetic diseases. Hypo means actually slow, kinetic means speed. So when we are walking very slowly, moving very slowly, our body will be having several kinds of problems, because nature has designed a human being as an animal who should walk, run, jump occasionally. So when that walking, jumping and running is not taking place every day, our bodily activity become very slow, and that slowness of the body will result in many problems in our body. So that is why they are known as hypokinetic, slow speed diseases. Now here you can see that these diseases are also known by the name lifestyle diseases, because these diseases are occurring in human beings because of our new style of life. Because what is the peculiarity of new? Because if you take some more than 50 years back, most of the people here in Koruvalangad and most of the other areas in Kerala are mainly farming. They are living by agriculture. They spend most of their time in open field or farmland. But right now that is not the case. Very few people are actually involved in any kind of physical labor. Most of the people are doing some kind of office work. So because of that, we are not getting sufficient physical activity. So that is the peculiarity of modern lifestyle, and these diseases are also named as diseases of longevity or diseases of civilization. Why it is known as a longevity? Means our lifespan. Longer we are living, more problems we are facing. So most of these diseases are occurring only during the later half of your disease. So during the first 40 or 50 years, most of the problems may not be very visible. But after 50 or 60, many new type of diseases or disorders will be slowly coming up in your body, and they will be affecting you for an entire duration of your life. So that is why they are known as diseases of longevity. Longer you live, more these type of problems are there. Then diseases of civilization. Civilization means earlier, when man and women are mainly living by agricultural means or by fishing, these are the two primary modes of life. These type of problems are not there. Now we are living in a world of computer revolution, mobile revolution, internet revolution. So new techniques, technology are coming up in our civilization. So as civilization is progressing, man and women are facing this sort of diseases. So third point is that it is a result of ill relationship to people with their environment. So first earlier in the first part I told you that man is an animal designed to live by walking, running and jumping. So that is the primary way our design has been conducted in such a way. So when we are not walking, running or jumping, our design will be having some that is the way our body has been designed. So when we are not doing that activity, there will be consequence in our body. So that is the problem of modern lifestyle. Here you can see that WHO has warned that 270 million people are susceptible of falling victim to diseases linked to unhealthy lifestyle. So what is happening right now is that most of the people are working with a computer. So because of spending long hours before computer, everybody will be telling you that I have back pain, I have leg pain, and this different type, then problems with the eye. So then different types of problems like cholesterol, blood pressure, all this will be slowly affecting people. So that is the problem of our unhealthy lifestyle, and these days we are eating a lot of nutrient rich food. Earlier most of the time our intake of fat is very limited, but that is not the case right now. When countries are developing, more and more people are getting high quality food, especially in countries like China, India, Pakistan. These are the fast developing countries of the world. In a little over a decade from now, the chronic disease like diabetes, hypertension, cancer, AIDS, that will be accounting for 65% of death in India. Compared to, that is, you can see that if you take in your family, you can see that most of the people are now dying because of either cancer or some kind of heart related problem like a stroke, etc., or heart attack, etc. So these are the primary killers of people now. Earlier most of the people were dying because of viral or bacterial disease. Right now those diseases are somewhat better controlled by by doctors, but these are the primary diseases which are taking the toll of human beings. Now by 2020, the chronic diseases are expected to claim 7.63 million lives. So this is a previous study. India is now considered to be having the largest number of diabetes people. So you can see the diabetes is a major problem in India, because we have a diabetic prone gene also in Indian genome. So because of that, diabetes is very high in India, and we are taking a lot of carbohydrate. And because you take rice is basically carbohydrate. You take wheat also is mainly carbohydrate. So that is the reason why diabetes is becoming more and more common in India, especially after a period of 30 or 40 years of age. Many people in different parts of India are facing diabetes. Here you can see that nearly 11% of India's urban population and 3% of the Indian rural population above the age of 15 have diabetes. So this is a underestimation. Actually, more than 11% of the people are definitely having diabetes, but this is an old study. Now here you can see what some of the most common type of lifestyle disease. So these are some of the common type of lifestyle diseases. We will take one by one. The first, before going into that aspect, we have to see what are the reasons for lifestyle diseases. Now there are many reasons for lifestyle diseases are there. Out of the important reasons for lifestyle disease, I think that aspect will be coming again also. That sentence has been missing. Okay. We will come to that later. So, the first type of lifestyle disease is known by the name Alzheimer's disease. Sometimes you might have heard about Alzheimer's disease. This is a major problem of brain. Sometimes, most of the time, Alzheimer's disease are occurring during older age. Here you can see a comparison of a healthy brain and a brain with severe Alzheimer's disease. Now what happens is that there will be a decrease in the size of the brain. This is the size of a normal brain, and this is what is happening in the case of a person with a severe form of Alzheimer's disease. You can find that there is a decrease in the volume or size of the brain. Then no one knows what is the exact cause of Alzheimer's disease, but normally what is happening is that there is a breakdown of cells of brain. That is, some cells in the brain are undergoing death and destruction. That is what is happening as a result of Alzheimer's disease, and there is no proper treatment also. So that is the main problem with Alzheimer's disease. We do not know the exact reason why Alzheimer's diseases are occurring, but there are few conclusions are there. But one thing we know that if the good nutrition can prolong the life of the person. So the good nutrition may slow the progress of this lifestyle disease, which lasts about 7 years in most people who have it. So most of the time, once the person has this disease, he usually lives 6 up to 7 or sometimes more than that. Now another type of disease is known by the name arteriosclerosis. So it's a generic term for several diseases in which arterial wall thicken and loses its elasticity. This is the arteries, and normally what is happening in this disease is known that this is the fat particle or cholesterol particle. They will get deposited on the inner wall of this artery. When as a result of this deposition of fat, there will be a decrease in the opening of the artery, so that less blood will be able to pass through the blood vessel. And that situation is known by the name arteriosclerosis. So the plaques deposit in the wall of the artery that can cause major problems for the heart. For example, if this kind of fat particle or cholesterol particle are deposited in artery going to the heart, what happens is that heart muscles will not be getting enough blood, and that will be resulting in heart attack. So that is normally what is happening in heart attack. And if it is blocking a blood vessel going to the brain, that will result in a problem known as stroke, in which brain cells are not getting enough blood and they will die. So these are the two main complications of arteriosclerosis, and this is usually occurring with the aging. Now it is linked to overweight, high blood pressure and diabetes. So these are the three major problems which are aggravating this arteriosclerosis. Now third type of lifestyle disease is known as cancer. Now in a cancer, what is happening is that normally every cell will be multiplying, but after a certain times of multiplication, they stop multiplying. That is the normal case. But in the case of a cancer cell, there is no stop. They will keep multiplying uncontrolled manner. And that situation is what is resulting in cancer. So that is why when a part is having cancer, there we can find an increase in the number of cells or increase in the size of that organ, because more cells are multiplying, and so it is because this uncontrolled multiplication and abnormal growth of the cells that cancer is normally developing. But now it is a leading cause of cancer. Mainly cancer is a kind of genetic disease. Our DNA or our chromosomes are being modified in certain way, by which that is resulting in uncontrolled multiplication of cells. So we do not know why certain cancers are forming, but still certain environmental factors like chemicals, radiation, and many other factors can actually trigger the development of cancer. Here you can find that there are 150 different types of cancer have been identified. Here you can find different type of heart diseases are there, and you can see these are some of the most common type of heart disease. One is heart failure is there, then coronary artery diseases are there, then valve diseases are there. These are the valves. When their valves are having some kind of problem, that will result in valve disease. Then sometimes there will be bulging like this, and that is known as aneurysm. This is known as aneurysm. That is also a type of heart disease. Then arrhythmia, that is disorganized electrical signals in the heart. So that is also another kind of heart disease. Then another problem is that thickening of the myocardium. This is the lower outer covering of the heart, and which is known as a myocardium. Increase in the thickness of myocardium is also known as myocarditis. Then there is also inflammation of the pericardium, which we call by the name pericarditis. So this kind of different type of heart diseases are there. In most of the time, these heart diseases are resulting in three major type of problem. One is heart failure, another is heart attack, third one is known as stroke. Heart failure can result from many forms of heart disease, including heart defect, cardiovascular disease, valvular heart disease, heart infection, or so these are the main reasons for the heart failure. Then another is the heart attack, which is most of you have heard of a lot. So a blood clot blocking the blood flow through blood vessel. So in most cases, what is happening is that there will be some blood clot, as in the case of this. So this kind of clot in the blood vessel going to the heart will be blocking the supply of blood to the heart, and as a result, cells in the heart will be dying, and that death of heart cells will be resulting in stopping the functioning of the heart. So that is known as a heart attack. And similarly, when arteries to your brain are also blocked by some blood clot, that will be resulting in stroke. And here there is another situation, a bulge in the wall of artery. As you can see, that this kind of bulge in the wall of artery is known by the name aneurysm. Then peripheral artery disease. When you develop peripheral artery disease, usually your legs, they won't be getting enough blood flow, and this causes symptoms, most notably leg pain while walking. That is, your body may not be pumping sufficient blood to lower parts of your body, that is legs. So legs may not be getting sufficient quantity of blood, and that situation is known as peripheral artery diseases, and that may be one important cause of leg pain. Then another situation is sudden cardiac arrest. Sudden cardiac arrest is a sudden, unexpected loss of heart function, breathing, and consciousness, and often caused by irregular rhythm of the heart. So that is also a problem of heart. Now we have another type of disease. That is mainly chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. That is the chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. So in this chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, it is a disease affecting your lungs, and it is abbreviated as COPD. Now what happens is that the person who are having this kind of disease known as will be having difficulty to breathe. So normally it starts with chronic bronchitis and emphysema, and gradually there will be difficulty in breathing. And what are the common symptoms of COPD is that there will be chronic means a long cough that remains for a long time. It's known as a chronic cough, and lot of production of mucus and shortness in breath. That is also another problem, and especially during the physical activity. So this kind of, I will show you some pictures of COPD. So here in case of COPD, you can see that this is what is happening in the case of COPD. So this is what is happening in the case of COPD. See, this is how a normal trachea and bronchi are there. But in COPD, this opening will be gradually reduced, so that the person may not be able to take enough amount of air. So that situation is known as a chronic obstructive. Obstructive means some kind of block. It's known as obstructive pulmonary disease. So that is the problem with the COPD, and main reason is that long-term exposure to irritants like tobacco smoke or air pollution. Smoking is one of the important reason for the COPD, and COPD is most of the time primarily caused by this tobacco smoking itself. And here also there is no cure. Only the managing the symptoms and improving the quality of life, especially through medication, lifestyle changes, oxygen therapy are some of the important treatment methods which are available. Here you can see this is what is happening. So this is the healthy aorta, healthy trachea and or bronchus, and this is what is happening in case of a bronchitis. So this is normally what is happening in the case of a COPD. So this is also a healthy alveoli. So when alveolar membrane are breaking down, the appearance will be like this. So this bronchitis and emphysema are the main causes of COPD. Okay, the remaining we will take in our next class.